I arrived here last year on September 2024 around 12:40 in the afternoon. So when I arrived here, during the checkpoint, during the border control checkpoint where I'll be stamped in to enter Portugal, I was stopped, I was held. The immigration officer asked me for my documents, my visa, and everything. I showed him. When he was trying to confirm my visa, he typed in the visa number. He saw all the documents I used. Then he asked me some few questions. Then I answered him. While I was there, he also called some of his colleagues. They were looking at the computer. While I was still there, there was long queue. People were just there at my back. So when they were looking at all these things, I noticed something was wrong. So before I knew what was happening, he told me, follow me. So I followed him to this office. Getting to the office, I saw so many people that were held, people that had issues with their visa and everything. Now, why was I held? Actually, what happened was during my visa application, when I got admission, I was admitted by the Agave school that is located in Agave because my current school, they have a lot of campuses, campus in Porto, Coimbra, campus in Lisbon, in Agave. So I was first admitted by their campus, one of their campus in Agave. So when I was admitted, the school sent me admission letter, which I used to process my visa. When I processed my visa, I got my visa. A week after I got my visa, the school, that is the Agave School of Hospitality, cancelled the particular program which I enrolled for initially. When they canceled the course, they sent an email to all the students coming in for that program that the course has been cancelled, that it has been postponed to this year. So when I saw this email, I was confused. I was like, okay, I've already gotten my visa. Now what should I do? I emailed the school. I explained to them. I even showed them I have to snap my visa, and I sent to them that this is my visa, that I have already obtained my visa, that if I should wait this year, that the visa might expire here in Nigeria, that can I be enrolled in another course, or maybe I'll be transferred to one of their campuses in other cities like Lisbon, Estonia, or Porto. So after like 3 days, the school responded. They informed me that my transfer has been authorized to their campus in Lisbon. I was so happy. When I got this mail, I quickly went to the cafe, I printed the email and everything. The school told me to contact Lisbon, that I'm coming. So I wrote to Lisbon, but during that time, I didn't get any mail from them. So, and I also called the lady that picked them was speaking Portuguese, and I wasn't understanding anything. So I booked my ticket. Then I arrived here in Portugal. I arrived around 12:40. So when I arrived during the checkpoint, I was held, just like I told you guys. So when we got to that particular room, that immigration room, I saw so many people. I saw young men. I saw white women. I saw men. People were there that were held. I also met people that have spent like 8 hours, 7 hours there. A mother and her three kids, two young guys. Me, we were all just there. And when we got there, I went to the office. They asked me, who am I? I told them, what am I here for? I told them. I showed them all my documents. They asked me what's my purpose, my PTA, my BTA, how much do I have? I asked all the questions. They said, okay. They said, but your course was cancelled. Then what are you doing here in Portugal? And I was shocked. When they asked me this question, I was like, how did these people know that my course was cancelled? Then I realized that, okay, they are agency, they're immigration officers. Definitely, they might have checked my visa and they noticed that my course was cancelled, because when the school emailed us, the international student, that the course was cancelled, they also informed the embassy that our course was cancelled. All right. So maybe now the embassy now has to kind of like, I don't know, maybe they sent out a notice, or maybe to people that they were applying, because during my own time, I was in my group. I was the only Agaf student that was granted visa. So other people, the visa was denied because the school cancelled the course, and the school had to inform the embassy that they are not expecting the student this year. So the embassy was not able to issue visa to other people. But luckily, I got my visa before the school sent that mail. Oh, glory to God. So when I was there, they asked me a question. I told them yes, that the course was cancelled, but the school actually transferred me to another school. I showed them the mail which I printed out and also from my phone, confirming to that thing. When I was there, they said, okay. They said, how about the new school that I was transferred? Did I get any document from them? I said, no, but I've emailed them. I'm yet to receive a mail or maybe any document from them. They said, okay. They said I should go outside and wait. I had to go and join others that were in that room, that waiting area. I was there waiting. Can you imagine somebody that arrived here in Lisbon around 12:14 in the afternoon? I was there. The morning shifts immigration officers, they left. The evening people came around 4. So when I was there, people were coming and going. People like they were bringing more people. People that had issues. They were bringing more people, and some people their issues were also resolved. While some are still there. I met a young man from Nigeria who has been there for who has been there for 24 hours. The same guy when I was living in Nigeria in Motala International Airport, I met this guy in the airport, and I still saw him inside that room that he was held. I asked him, bro, what's up? He said that the agent that processed his visa used one document from a company that he's not aware of. And the immigration officers had to call the company in Nigeria, confirming if they were aware that some document was used to process this particular visa. The company in Nigeria said no, they are not aware. So now the immigration officer said that means all the visa was all about fraud, that they want to that let him sign a document for deportation and everything. The guy was there, like right in my face. The guy was crying. A full-grown man was crying that he sold so many things. He sold all he has just to pay the agent to process the visa for him. Now see what is happening. I told him, bro, let him just pray to God. At this point, it's only God who can help. And I was still there. I was still there praying to God, because can you imagine somebody who arrived since I'm still there? I was there till 4 p.m. Then when the evening shift came in, when they came in, they looked at everybody. So now they were calling each of us one after the other. They give us some document to sign, authorizing that, okay, the money people have left, that they are now the next people now to take over our case and see ways to resolve it. So when I was there, the evening officer that came in, he called me. This was around after 5, like almost to 6. So when he asked me, I was like, okay, what are you doing here? I said, I'm a student. He asked me what's all my document. I showed all my document. He asked me, okay, how much do you have on me? I told him how much I have. He said, okay. Then your course was cancelled. The one I used to hear. I still told him that I was transferred to a new school. I showed him the mail. Then from the content of the mail, he saw the school website address right in my face. He went to the school website. He saw the phone number that was on the mail, the email, everything was matching exactly what is on the school website. He still went to the other school that is in Agav. He saw everything right in my face. He called the school around 5. It was ringing, but nobody was picking up. Definitely the school, they are closed for that day. He called the Agav school. They were not responding. He called the Lisbon school. They were not responding. Right in this office, all the officers, they were there looking at me. Like some people were standing back of me. Like my heart was pounding. Like I was afraid. I was like, God, after all this effort, after all this stress, this is how I'll be sent back to Nigeria. So while everything was going on, the immigration officer told me to just go and wait outside. That let them do their verifications, and once they are done, they will let me know the outcome. So while I was still there, sitting outside, I also met some guys. They were sharing their stories, different stories. People were held from different reasons. I also met one white woman. She was there. She was angry that she has been here more than 7 hours, that if they don't want her to enter Portugal, they should just send her back. Let her go back to her country, that she has spent hours there. She slept, wake up. It was funny. For it was like, it's not funny. Let me not say it was funny. It wasn't funny, because it's one of those experiences that I never imagined to have. So after some while, I was called. Then my passport was stamped. The officer told me, congratulations, welcome to Portugal, that they have verified everything, that I can go now. I was like, I was like, sir, I didn't get you. He said, you can go, you're free. You're free, all right? So he opened the door and said, walk this way, just go down and you find your way out. Meanwhile, my friend who was there to pick me up around 12, he was still there. He was there waiting. He was calling me, guy, what's happening? Like, what's the problem? My sister was worried. My friend they were like calling me. Everybody was calling, but I cannot pick up. Now, why will I pick up? Because at that point, it's between me and God. Because I was scared. You know, I was at the verge of deportation, going back to Nigeria. For real, it wasn't funny. You know. So now I'm making this video to inform people when you're processing your visa, make sure that all the documents you are using, you are aware of it and they are all legit. Because you might encounter this experience, you might come across something like this, so that it won't get to a point whereby you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say. Because definitely when you are at that border control, at that point of entry, they will check your visa to see if it's legit or not. Then they will also check the document there. So if there's a fishy something that they detect, you'll be queried, you'll be asked questions. And if you're not able to detect it, that's a problem. Just like the young man I told you guys, the agency used a document that he was not aware. So they called a lawyer. They gave him papers to sign for deportation. He was crying. He was crying after all he has done, the money. Now, this is how he was sent back to Nigeria. You know, I told him to pray. You know, we are both inside the same place. He was crying right in front of me. What will I do? I was facing my own issues. He also has his own issues. You know, so now if you also want to use an agent, please just inform them that any document they are using, let them inform you. If in case you are at the point of entry and you ask questions, you will defend it. You know, from my particular experience, I realized getting visa from the embassy is one stage. When you get to the point of entry, that is where the whole thing is happening, because they're the ones to tell you welcome or please go back. That's just the whole thing. Imagine somebody, you after the whole stress, getting admission, visa process, buying ticket, and you arrived on the point of entry, they will tell you to go back. It will be like the person will be like as good as dead now. That's just it's not funny. All right, so I'm just making this video to let you guys just be aware of these things. This is what happened to me. I was held like close to 6 hours. It wasn't funny. But all thanks to God Almighty that everything was rectified and I was allowed to go. All right. So please, if you have any question, please leave it on the comment section. I will respond to you immediately. So if you are seeing this video for the first time, please, if you are seeing this journey for the first time, subscribe. We are growing little by little, and give the video a thumbs up so that it will be pushed out for people who are looking for similar videos like this. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and bye for now.